I had all of my student loans forgiven.
Was that Biden?
Thank you, Biden. $165,000 in student loans were forgiven.
Were forgiven. Are you? Oh my gosh, $165,000?
Interest is intense, yeah.
Totally forgiven.
So I went to log in to my student loan account, and it's like, no. And so my student loans have been forgiven, and I have no student loan debt.
That's beautiful. That is so good.
If you think wealth is about luxury cars, designer jewelry, or exotic vacations, you're in the wrong place. We're not concerned about your net worth, your 401k, or how much debt you have. Our approach is much different because real wealth isn't only about money. It's about freedom. Freedom to work because you want to, not because you have to. Freedom to pursue your purpose, live on passive income, and build a legacy. That freedom starts now. Welcome to the Real Wealth Formula with Brad Hovis, where each episode breaks down the principles, mindset, and practical steps to help you experience financial freedom today. Real talk, real numbers, real freedom. This is the Real Wealth Formula.
This episode is brought to you by Rebiz.com. You've probably seen the same old stuff in your feed. Invest in a franchise, start an ATM route, buy a car wash, launch a vending machine side hustle. Cool ideas, but here's what they don't tell you. The good ones are way too expensive, and the cheap ones barely cash flow. But there's a business model that's quietly producing big paydays as well as monthly income for people working from home, a coffee shop, or even out of their pickup truck. Visit Rebiz.com, that's REIBIZ.com, to see how it all works. Welcome to the Real Wealth Formula. I have a friend here, not a new friend. We've just now met.
Yes.
Introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Daquarii, and I am new to this area. I am super excited to be here. Like I was saying, I'm not really familiar with the podcast world.
Okay.
So I'm glad to be here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
I am from Southern California originally,
Okay.
and then I've spent the last 25 years in Washington State. I travel. My boyfriend is a construction superintendent,
Okay.
and so we travel with his job.
With the projects.
Gotcha. So right now we're in Denver. We've been here for a year, and we're here for a few more months, and then we'll be traveling on to the next project.
Okay. What do you do?
Right now I teach for a company that trains federal employees on various topics, but I teach grant-related topics.
Okay.
And I have been teaching for Washington State University for the past 5 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my contract just ended, budget cuts and all that good stuff.
Okay.
But I've been a part-time adjunct instructor, and it's been great because I get to travel and teach online and feel like I'm doing something good for the world by teaching these really valuable classes.
So what kind of classes? What are you teaching?
I teach human development classes. I teach developmental theories, child-family relationships. I also teach grant-related classes to federal employees, like how to manage federal grants or how to build relationships with grant recipients.
Like how to apply for grants?
How to apply for grants.
Okay.
How to write a successful grant, and then also like how to do the managing. So I teach these classes.
Okay.
And it's interesting because it's online. So I don't see them or get to engage in them with
They
them.
see you.
No.
Nobody sees anybody.
Nobody. For like
That sounds like the most boring class ever, where you're just like,
Wow.
you're an expressive person, and there's nothing to, like, why wouldn't they
So-
put it on video?
I don't know, but that's fine because I still have to be expressive,
Okay.
except for that I don't have to get up and get dressed because it's early in the morning in East Coast time. So I could just like get up and talk about the things I talk about, and I teach online, and I really like it. But I'm gainfully underemployed.
Okay.
I really, really need work, and I want to work remotely.
So are you employed now?
Yes, I am. I work contract 1099. My
Okay.
contract at WSU, which was my job, just ended. My contract at a university just ended. And so in May. And so now I'm kind of in this space of trying to
So
figure it out.
you're not employed right now.
I am employed right now. I am a 1099 contract employee of a company that teaches federal employees grant-related topics.
Okay. How much are you making on that?
I make per day that I teach. And so I make $650 a day. Classes are usually 2 to 3 days.
Help me understand the whole
Yeah.
teaching thing, because I do education,
Yes,
right? And
please.
I do it with video and
Yeah.
Zoom and back and forth, whatever.
Yeah.
How do you teach online without them seeing you?
Okay, so, well, my voice, and there's curriculum, and it's an online platform. So there's like a PowerPoint and discussions and breakout rooms. And so they log in on their end. They've got their materials. I log in on my end, and it's a voice, and it's images on their PowerPoint and exercises.
So you're just doing voiceover stuff.
Yes, and teaching your
curriculum.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
And you make $650 a day?
But it's not very regular. So like I did 2 classes last month. I don't have a class I have 1 class in November. I have no classes.
So it's a 1-day class where they talk about grant writing. Grants.
3-day class.
It's a 3-day class. So someone signs up and says, hey, 3 days, I want to learn about grants.
Mm-hmm.
And they go to you through Washington State.
Through this company called Management Concepts.
Through another company.
Yes,
okay.
Another company.
Okay. And so you're only doing that twice a month, you said?
If at the most. Yeah. I just started, and so it's been like 2 years of like $15,000 last year doing it. And this year, I think
that's all you made last year was $15,000?
Doing that class. Yes.
Oh, just that class. Okay.
Yes.
What did you make all of last year?
$35,000.
$35,000.
Yes.
Now you're living with your boyfriend.
Yes.
So it's both of you guys combined.
We don't share finances.
Okay.
He has a very successful job. He makes great money. His company pays for our living expenses, room, our house and utilities and all that because he travels with his work. So I have very low overhead.
Okay.
So although my income is low, I also have very relatively.
Because his company is taking care of all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So there's really not a ton of expenses. Did we get into your how much you spend per month? Let's see here.
No, I think I sent you my bank statements, but I didn't really send you how much I spend per month.
Okay.
My overhead is relatively low. I don't have a car payment, mortgage. I don't have, I pay for like.
So wait. No car.
No car payment.
No notes or no credit cards.
I do. I have some revolving credit card debt, probably about $2,000-$3,000 at most.
Okay.
In total at the moment.
In credit card debt.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what other debt do you have?
I have a loan so I had some medical issues, and I accumulated a ton of medical debt. And so I got a loan from my credit union, consolidated all that. And so I think I owe about $3,200 on a loan that I used to consolidate all of the credit card debt that I'd accumulated because of medical issues.
So you only have $3,200 worth of medical debt.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So besides the credit card and the medical debt, any other debt?
Not that
So you own your car outright.
Yes. My rent is paid.
You guys are kind of nomads, right?
Yeah.
You go from one place to another
isn't
place.
It great? Isn't it great? Yeah.
And then student loans?
I had all of my student loans forgiven.
Was that Biden?
Thank you, Biden.
You're a recipient. You're the first one I've
$165,000 in student loans were forgiven.
Are you? Oh my gosh, $165,000?
Interest is intense. Yeah,
totally forgiven.
They sent me. Okay, so I went to log in to my student loan account, and it's like no.
So did you have to apply for that?
I did. I applied. Okay, so you have to. I consolidated my debt.
Unbelievable.
I worked in nonprofit. I paid 156 student loan payments, which is over 10 years of payments, right? I applied to have my loans forgiven, and then the Trump administration happened. And they're like, forget it, right? And so then the Biden administration happened. And I was like, hopefully that'd be great. I applied. I was one of the first to apply. And so then when they did like this little sliver of people that got forgiven, I was in that sliver because I had worked. I had paid my 10 years of payments. I had consolidated. I had worked in nonprofit. And so they sent me a letter that's like, here's the letter to give to your taxes. Here's the letter to give to anybody to prove it. You no longer can log into your student loan payment plan. Here's the letter. Forgiven. $165,000.
Now, have you checked your credit report to see that it's gone?
Yeah,
it's been paid off.
It doesn't show in
Good
any way.
for you.
I worked in nonprofit. I sacrificed. I want the world a better place, and I did the thing that program was intended to do.
That's amazing.
It was amazing. And like that debt loomed over me in such a way, like I could never get married.
It's
that would be
insane.
his debt.
Yeah.
I could never anything because I had that debt. But also it was like imaginary points, because when you have 165,000 imaginary points against you, it's like whatever, right? What are you gonna do? And so my student loans have been forgiven and I have no student loan debt.
That's beautiful. That is so good.
Thank you.
So you have no car debt. You have no student loan debt. You have a little bit of credit card debt. You've got a little bit of medical bill debt. Anything else from a debt perspective?
I don't believe so.
No. So what are the monthly payments? Like, what do you pay on your credit card?
Like I juggle around, like I'll be like $100 on my American Express and $150 on my Chase card, and then $50 on my Macy's card, and
Macy's. Oh my God. Macy's.
I love Macy's. I'm sorry. It's my guilty pleasure. I can't help it. And it's also a way that I have adult children and they live far away. So I have a son who went through nursing school and he's a grown man and really successful man, way financially smart. But what I could do for him was be like, here's my Macy's card. Make sure that you always have work pants. Make sure that you always have underclothes. Make sure that
you're not doing that now still, right?
No, now he's an adult making
he's
great
making
money.
his own money.
But when he was in college and working so hard, that was the little bit as a mother that I could do would be like purchase his pants for when he's a waiter. You know what I mean? His shoes, because that's all I could really do.
Okay. Well, glad that you could really do that. Now he's on his own.
Now he's on his own. And trust me, he's got it.
It's kind of not adding up. You're saying $150 on Amex, $100 on Chase, and then $50
on like Macy's. I also have a Care Credit account because I had my eyes lasered so I could see. So I have like $1,000 that I still owe on a Care Credit account.
So you owe more than $2,000 or $3,000.
I would say that I don't owe a total of $6,000.
I don't see anywhere in here where we're talking about that. So you think the total amount is about $6,000 credit card debt?
I think it's less than that.
Okay.
I really do. I don't. I think I have I could.
Because so what are you paying on that care thing per month?
Like $50.
So pretty much from a monthly debt perspective, you're paying $150, $100. So you're paying about $350 per month in just debt?
I would say, yeah.
But you only have like
a small
$3,000? Because
okay, so yes, I get this. Yes, I see the confusion on your face.
Yes.
And then
why don't you just get rid of it?
Off? Because then also it's like, then I'll use my card to purchase something on Amazon, or I'll use my card and then pay it off. I don't know, because I get free points for travel.
Points are going to make you broke.
Right. Because I don't always have the cash in my account. I don't always have the cash in my debit.
Okay.
So I will use the credit card little bit and then pay it when I get, that's.
I just want to make sure I understand.
Yeah.
You don't pay rent.
Yes.
You don't pay a car payment.
Correct.
You don't have student loan debt.
Right.
What do you pay per month? What is your budget per month? What are you going with?
So I pay for things like groceries, food.
Right. What are you spending for food per month?
I would guess I spend, say, $400.
$400, okay.
Okay.
Is that including restaurants and stuff?
No.
Do you go out a lot?
I'm a girl and I have a boyfriend.
Oh, so I got a sugar daddy.
No. He's my sweetheart. So I don't pay for yes, I do pay for going out to eat at restaurants and such. Yes, I do.
With your girlfriends, not with him.
Not with him.
Yeah.
I don't have any girlfriends because I travel for work.
Okay. All right.
So by myself. And so I would say I spend.
Wait a second. You travel for work, but you do online teaching.
His job travels.
For his. Okay. Okay. How often are you having to travel?
Oh, so this has been a long job and I've been in Denver for a year.
For a year, yeah.
But it could be 3 months.
Okay.
It could be 5 months.
No, I get it. So he's going to do the construction on some big project and you're staying at a hotel with him.
Right now we have a house in Painted Prairie. We have a giant, beautiful home. And
is it like an Airbnb?
We have stayed at Airbnbs, but because we were going to be here a year, we signed an annual lease.
A year lease. Yeah. And and his company takes care of all that?
Yes.
Okay. So besides food and debt.
And just living life, I guess gas and my car insurance and and medicine that I pay for out of pocket.
Okay. So how much are you spending in car insurance?
About $80 a month.
$80 a month. How about gas?
About $80 a month.
$80 a month. Okay. And then you said, what else is medicine?
Medicine. I spend about $100 a month on medicine. I have a seizure disorder, so I have to take medicine.
Okay.
If I want to buy my partner something, he provides for me, I want to provide for him. Okay. Things like that. If I want something, if I want to buy a present or a pizza or.
Okay, so I'm just looking at this, and I did rough numbers on your debt. You're paying about $350 among all of those cards, right?
Sure, yeah.
Is that about right, or am I off on that?
Yeah, that seems about right.
If you're an active real estate investor and you're not using FreedomSoft, I got bad news for you. You're getting beat by other active investors who've been utilizing this CRM software for well over a decade. We're able to close deals faster, more consistently, and with higher margins. So if you're tired of getting beat, go to realwealthformula.com/sponsors and click on the FreedomSoft link. Start doing more deals today. So I'm looking at this. You correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
I'm doing back of the napkin math
Okay,
here.
thank you.
I've got 400, 100, so 500, 850 plus 160. I'm got you at it a little over $1,000 a month. Is that what you're spending?
I could see that, yeah.
That's not an unreasonable amount.
That's not an unreasonable amount.
That is incredibly low.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. If you follow what I'm about to talk to you,
sure.
There's no reason why you're not
saving and working.
Retired.
I need a job.
That your passive income becomes larger. If you're only living on now, this is not sustained. This is not. I mean, how sustainable is this? How long can you continue to go this way?
Right. And that not long, because what I'm doing is also eating into any savings of cash that I used to have, or.
But how are you eating into savings? You're only spending $1,000 a month.
Money, just like, I don't know if I want to purchase a book. If I want to go to the chiropractor.
Sure. No, I get
life.
Yes, of course. Yes.
So I would say that although I don't have a high overhead of responsibilities, there's still like life happens. You know, I still want to be able to purchase a concert ticket once a year, that kind of thing,
Sure.
And it's important to me to save. To put money into savings. And so.
Well, and I will commend you looking at your savings. You're doing a pretty good job there.
Well, I'm not doing nearly as good as I want to be and as much as I've been in my past. And where I am, what you see on there is what I would consider to be like an alarming rate of not having money in savings.
Among all of your, because I think we added this up.
Yeah, tell me.
Among all of your savings accounts and your retirement plans.
Okay.
You got a total of $94,000 here.
Okay, good.
That's not terrible.
Okay, good. Thank you.
That's not terrible.
Thank you.
We can get things going in the right direction here, but that's not terrible.
Okay.
You've got money. How did you get some of this money?
Okay, so I've worked for my entire life.
Yeah.
And so I have saved into a 401k.
Yeah.
A little tiny bit. One time I cashed it all out. I did not know that was a thing. And that was a bad decision. I did not know.
Yeah, you get penalties.
Like I save my pennies. So, okay, here's one thing. You'll see I have 2 savings accounts. One says save for L, save for G.
I did see that. What does that mean?
Well, I have 2 sons and I have 4 kids. So I used to have 4 savings accounts. And every 2 weeks, I would put $25 into each one of their accounts.
Okay.
So now that the girls are bigger, I don't save for them. Lennon, I won't save for him anymore. But I save for my youngest son. He's young. If there was an emergency, if he totaled his car, if his roommates moved and he's like, I want to be able to have something to help my son.
You have what I call, and I do this too as well.
Mm-hmm.
You have what I call like that squirrel mentality. Just put a little bit here, a little bit, because you have a lot of accounts. Almost a dozen accounts looks like here, with just little bits of balances on that. Why? Why are you doing it that way? What in your psyche makes you feel like you got to
put it away?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess just like living in a space of not having enough.
Yeah.
Or like an emergency happens. Like if one of my kids called and said, "Mom, no questions asked. Do you have any cash?" Like, yes, I do. In my pocket. You know what I mean? Like, because emergencies happen. And so I just always feel like I've got to have something, because as soon as I don't have anything, then I have nothing. And so I always just want to have something.
But your kids are all grown. How old?
But just finally grown. But I've been parenting for 30 years.
Yeah.
So those mindsets don't change easily.
Okay.
I was raised in poverty by a single mom. Those mindsets don't change easily.
Okay.
And the idea of like, what is my legacy? I want to make sure that I have something for them.
So tell me about your kids.
Oh my God, I have the best kids.
Okay.
I have 4 kids. They're very successful.
How old are they? Yeah, let's go with the oldest.
Jessica.
Okay.
She is 34.
Okay.
And she's hugely successful. She's in the grants world. She very smart. She lives in Seattle.
Okay.
Really admire her. I have a daughter who's 33, Alicia. She's in the marketing world, very smart, very creative. She lives in Portland, very successful woman.
She lives in Portland.
Yes, she does.
Where does Jessica live?
Seattle.
Seattle.
Lennon is my son. He's 27. He just finished nursing school.
Okay.
He's really financially savvy,
Yeah.
really great guy. Just finished school, right? So he's a nurse now. And then I have a youngest, Grayson. He's 23, and he is living in Eastern Washington in Pullman. And just kind of in this space of figuring out his step in life. You know, what does he want to do?
But he's surviving, right?
He is. He
What's he
changes
doing for
tires and changes oil, and he's happy with what he does. And
So all four of your kids are, when was the last time any of your kids were like, Mom, I need some money?
about 2 years ago, my youngest ran into a situation where he needed like $1,000.
Yeah. So he's 23 years old,
Yeah.
21-year-old kid. I need some money for whatever. Right?
I know.
And ask you, besides that, when was
Never.
it?
They never do.
Okay.
They never do.
So, you did a good job. You've got good kids. They're doing well. They're self-sustaining. As much as you feel like they need you, it's a hard part where now they're out of the nest.
Right.
They don't need you anymore, right? You're not that mom anymore. You're now tasked, and what we'll be talking about is you're now tasked with taking care of yourself.
Right.
It's now time to shift.
That's right.
Like, the kids are doing great.
Yes.
You've done a good job.
Yes.
We don't need to worry
About them.
about them anymore, right? They've got it. You did a good job.
Thank you.
Okay?
They did a good job. They did a good job.
Well, they need mom to help them.
Thank you.
So you grew up in poverty. You have been, it seems like, so tell me about it. Have you just kind of been a scrapper your whole life?
I was raised by a single mom.
Yeah.
I grew up in like Section 8 housing.
Yeah.
When I was like 10, I used to like walk the neighborhood and be like, knock, knock, can I take out your trash or do chores for you? And then I would take that money and go buy cheeseburgers because they were like 29 cents at Burger King. I was so hungry.
Yeah.
And so I just always like had to make money, hustle to make money. But then I never had any like, what do you want to be when you grow up?
Yeah.
You know, I had no idea. You know, I just knew like, you have to work.
Yeah.
And so when I was a little girl, they said, what do you want to do when you grow up? And I said, paperwork. And here I am, you know, and then I didn't know what to do. And so when I was 20, I had a daughter and I got the opportunity to go to community college and kind of think about, all right, what do I want to be when I grow up?
Yeah.
I care so deeply about the world, unfortunately. And so I became a grant writer and I went into nonprofit and I worked in nonprofit and worked with children in rural communities. I moved to a very rural community in Eastern Washington where economic opportunities can be limited.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't really just be whatever you want. But I did well and I raised my family and then my children launched off, became adults. And now here I am. I have this empty nest. I have this history in nonprofit, which offers me a great bunch of experience. It's not a real moneymaker.
Yeah.
And I now am, like you said, in this a different place.
Yeah.
I want to be able to have freedom and move and do whatever. I would like to work remotely. I would like to work and make a living now because I don't have to be home at 3:00 because my kids are off school. No, I get that.
Yeah.
So now I just need to find that space.
We need to get a different mentality for you. Your kids. It's a hard shift. I'm not saying it's an easy shift. It's a hard shift. They're fine.
Yeah.
They're okay. They want from you, I'm just going to speak from going backwards. What they want from you is for you to be okay.
Yeah.
That you're okay now. Like, Mom, it's time for you to start figuring out. You've done for everybody else. It's time for you to do for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the way I look at it is, if you're sitting, you could write a check literally right now and pay off all of your debt.
Correct.
Why don't you?
Because then I will have nothing. Because then I'll have no cash. And I have very limited income.
You could take the savings accounts for the kids and write off and pay the debt off.
Correct.
So then you still have cash in the bank. You've got $5,000 in a savings account that's not even marked for the kids.
Correct.
Right? You've got one for... Okay,
so and here's another strategy financially. Again, financial illiteracy. I work 1099 contract work. Okay, so that means that taxes are not taken out. Right. So what I do is I have the money put into an account and I don't touch it until tax season comes and I pay my taxes on it.
But you're making $35,000. You're not paying taxes anyway.
I pay taxes on that 1099 and I don't want them to tell me I owe $1,800 and I don't have $1,800.
No, I get it. But like, if you're a 1099, it's a benefit to be a 1099 person because frankly, every pseudo expense that you have to run your business needs to be put through a business. Do you have your own LLC?
I do.
Okay. So like,
but I don't run money through that. I just set it up. I just haven't ever really, I don't know how.
Okay. So you have an LLC.
Yeah.
Do you have a bank account for that LLC?
I do.
Okay. Do you have a debit card for that LLC?
I do.
Okay. With whatever work that you're doing, your cell phone bill should go through that because it's a business expense. Your Wi-Fi should go through that. Now you're at this rental property. Like for me, I do real estate, right? I've got to drive around to other things. My car is a business expense. My gas is a business expense. So like if you can run things through your businesses, then you don't have to pay taxes on it. But you're not making enough money really to pay taxes anyway. So what is it that you keep wanting to hold on to this money for? You realize, let me explain, the little amount of balance that you have on these credit cards, unless you're lying to me, okay? And I feel like you're an open, honest, big-hearted person, so I don't think that's the case. You have such low balance on this debt, but the payments that you're paying on this stuff is huge. If you have $3,000, I'm gonna.
Should I just go pay all my? So that's why again, when I took out a loan at my credit union to pay because I would go to the doctors or I had to have surgery and I would just pay it. And then I took that loan to consolidate all that. So that's why I have a $3,200 loan balance because it's from old credit card debt.
Yeah.
From paying medical bills.
What I'm looking at here, you're saying you have about $5,000 in personal loan for medical bills.
Yeah.
And then you have revolving credit line. So about $5,000.
Yeah.
Okay. You are paying $350 per month to service that debt.
Yeah.
And is hardly touching the principal.
So just get that off.
Get rid of it.
Okay.
I mean, if you go 40, because I'm just going to do the math for you. $350 times 12 equals $4,200.
Yeah.
Divided by $5,000, you're paying 84% in interest. You hear what I just said? Like if the numbers that you're telling me are right, and I've added it up. You've got it for that CARE thing. You've got it for American Express. You've got it for Chase. You've got it for, there's one start with an M.
Macy's.
What was it? Macy's. They're killing you.
Okay. Okay.
Pay that debt off.
Okay.
Like
tomorrow.
Tonight.
Right now.
Like literally in studio.
Okay.
Because what that will do is when you think about money, you got to think about it like, hey, this money has a job to do.
Yes.
And that's to go out, make friends, and bring those friends back home.
Please.
So that you get your money working for you, not the other way around.
Yes.
Okay. The whole purpose of personal finance, and this is where I'm different than everybody else, is that your passive income needs to be larger than your monthly expenses. Therefore, when you get to that point, you're wealthy. You don't have to work anymore. Honest to goodness, you're living on basically $1,000 a month. And you've had to mainly because you're not making a ton right now.
Right.
Right. You've got a good situation with your boyfriend. You've got a good situation, all that kind of stuff. We'll be talking about what would happen if that ended. Right. Not God forbid. Right. But like, what would happen if that ended? Now what are you doing? Right. Now you're really struggling. So let's get it into the part where you're like, no, I'm building this the right way. So if of that $1,000 a month, a third of your budget is going towards debt. Yeah. So you pay that off. You live on like $600 a month. Yeah. I mean, am I off on that?
That's really true. Like I don't spend a ton of money. I don't do things like get my nails done and get my hair colored and do these things that are like I would consider luxuries, you know. So I don't have, you know.
You're paying for prescriptions, car insurance, gas, and food. Anything else?
Weed.
Yeah. Prescription. Medicine, I guess.
Yeah, whatever, you know, the things I want, whatever I want. If I want to go to the thrift store, if I want a new pair of shoes, if, you know, I want to buy my boyfriend a shirt. You know.
So on average, how much is that miscellaneous stuff, would you say?
I would say let's throw like $500 in a month.
Oh, that much. So most of your spending is just miscellaneous stuff.
Living life.
Just crap.
But not a $7 coffee. And not $50 getting my toenails painted and not these things like that. Not just life.
Do you realize if you had paid off your debt, the money you've been paying towards that debt could pay for all this miscellaneous stuff?
Yeah.
Just that one shift.
Yeah.
The idea that, I don't have anything. So saving for G, let's get rid of that.
Okay.
Saving for L, let's get rid of that.
Okay.
Like the other savings that you've got. What does NSNW mean?
That would be my business account. That's the 1099 money that I make. It goes into that account. Yeah. And that's what I pay my taxes on my 1099 out of. Okay. Which I will end up owing $1,800 or $2,000 or whatever at the end of the year.
Are you sure?
That's what, last year I had to pay like $850 on what I made at that job.
If you ran some of these expenses through your business,
or had somebody else do my taxes.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to pay anything. You're not making enough to. The government doesn't want to tax people who aren't making a large income.
Okay.
You've made $15,000 this year.
Yeah,
they're not taxing that.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I want you to think about that. They don't want to take your last 15. They don't want to take any of that. And even if last year you made 35,
yes,
right? You made 35 as a 1099 contractor.
Yes.
Imagine if you had spent, $20,000 of that in business expenses.
Right.
Then you only get taxed on your income. You would only be taxed on that $15,000.
Okay.
And once they have minimums, I can't even remember what the minimum. I rarely talk to people who are like, "Oh no, I'm not even close." This is an odd scenario for me.
Thank you. I'm glad to challenge you.
Yeah, this is an odd scenario. You have a ton of money sitting around.
A ton.
You spend no money. A third of what you're spending is on debt service. Mm-hmm. So let's get rid of that.
Okay.
That's an easy one.
Okay.
That's layup.
Yes.
Okay. So usually I start with, in the real wealth formula, REAL, is to reduce your monthly expenses.
Okay.
The only thing that you can reduce is going to be your debt.
Yes.
So that's simple.
Okay.
Right. E is earn.
That's where I am.
Yeah.
That's where my focus is right now.
You need to get another job. PropStream is the most comprehensive and AI-enhanced real estate data provider nationwide. We equip real estate professionals with powerful tools and marketing solutions, helping them make informed decisions and find top leads faster. Visit realwealthformula.com/sponsors for a special link to get a free trial and a ton of goodies only for you, Real Wealth Formula moguls. What else can you do besides that?
I
Besides
have
the nonprofit
applied
stuff?
to 500 jobs in the last 3 years. I have applied to as student advisor, academic advisor, grant writer, grants manager, customer service. I've applied to work at the bakery, at the grocery store. I've applied as a TSA agent. I really want to work remotely so that I can continue to travel. Because of this lifestyle.
Yeah.
Obviously, it would be challenging to even set up a life at a place.
I agree.
Okay. So I want to work remotely. I'm 100% open. I am smart. I'm skilled.
Clearly.
I am applying actively to everything that through Indeed or LinkedIn or Flex Jobs or Fiverr and again, grant writing, grant reviewing, nonprofit management, project management, administrative work, customer service. I want a job. I want to work.
Yeah, we need to get you doing more than
teaching.
Than 2 classes a month.
Yes, and my teaching job, I love it, and working at WSU was great, and it kept me at bay, and it let me transition into this space. But that was temporary. It worked for 5 years, barely.
I'd love to see your resume.
Oh, I can send it to you right now.
I wonder if
I took my first name off of it. And my master's degree, because people don't always hire people with a master's degree. And even AI secretly discriminates against people with exotic names. So,
interesting.
Yes.
What could your pseudonym be?
I use D. Jennifer Rock. Jennifer is my middle name. And that way, I'm white, I'm a woman.
Hey, you're trying to play the game. Yeah.
I'll use every card in my deck. Although Jennifer does age me because it tells you I was born in the 70s.
Jenny.
Whatever, just call me. I don't even care.
It doesn't matter anymore.
I don't even care.
Because here's where I'm at, and you have a unique opportunity here.
Okay.
So if we can get to E, which is enlarge your active income,
yes,
right? We got to get you paying more.
Yes.
Right. We got to get you earning more. I should say.
100%.
If you still have this gig, would you ever consider marrying your boyfriend? Is that something
I would never want to consider marriage as a financial solution to anything. I
didn't know where the relationship is going. I didn't know how long you've been together.
We've been together. We're good, but I just don't want to.
How long you been together?
6 years.
6 years.
6
so
years.
this is not a.
No, this is not
new
a point.
thing.
No. He's generous and he
sounds like a great dude.
Great guy, Venmos me money. He always wants me to feel comfortable. He's very kind, very loving, generous man. And also I need financial sovereignty. I need to be able to make decisions about my own life.
Okay.
And if he was in an accident and hurt and went away.
Do you feel like you've kind of, I'm going to get real personal.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've kind of been crutching on him a little bit on the finance side?
I wouldn't say crutching because I feel like he and I have this idea together that like, I want to work remote and he wants to do this thing. So he got where he is and now I'm running alongside him and he's like, okay, you can do this. You got this, get your remote job and we'll live this lifestyle. And although I am like leaning on him financially, I feel like I do bring a lot to the table.
Right.
And so I would like to bring more financially to the table. I'd like to spoil him or take him on a trip or do something for us.
Yeah.
Or make some decisions for us that I'm not asking for permission.
And there is one part to this is like, hey, you've hit your wagon with him. And what that means is you're kind of nomadish, right? You're going to go all the way. Where are you going next?
We don't know.
You have no idea where you're going next.
Zero.
Right?
And they'll be like, Thursday, you're moving Monday. Go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how long is that sustainable?
Right.
I'm at an age.
Yeah.
Right. But I've also been like, had these kids and been in this space. So I'm really enjoying the freedom.
If you knew what I know, and we're going to try to get to this, you are a year or two away from being financially independent for the rest of your life.
That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said to me.
I mean, really, because you have one thing that a lot of people just don't have, which is some and it may be because of the way we're brought up. You have financial spending, like you have spending control. Macy's, you fell in love with Macy's for some reason, but besides that, everything has been great. You're spending less money than most people.
Sure.
Most people that I talk to are like, they literally cannot control themselves. You've been forced to control yourself.
Sure.
In fact, you've been stowing away, squirrelish type behavior I got to make sure. So that's a good thing.
Good, thank you.
Now we go make you some more money.
Yes.
And go make $100,000 a year.
Oh. Bring it. I have a master's degree.
You have a master's degree.
I would be so good at it.
Yeah.
At having money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then the next step is to acquire passive income.
Yes.
The type of a passive income that I'm talking about are, I buy rental properties. You can buy notes. You can do a fractionalized.
Yeah.
You can do a bunch of different kind of things where you go and say, I'm getting a 7% return.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you're paying 80-something% on your credit cards.
Right.
Imagine if you took that and just invested it in the S&P 500.
Okay.
Getting the dividends.
Sure.
Right?
Yes.
The first thing we need to do, pay off all that debt. That's easy. That's simple. Second thing we got to do, whatever you can get, just get some income going in the right direction.
That's why I honestly I'm networking. If you know anybody, if anybody knows anybody.
For anything.
I will work remotely.
The remote situation, but the remote situation can be in the, customer service. I know a lot of people get into that, right?
I'm not, I would never be like, oh, I wouldn't work for that much money. I will work for any amount of money.
You need to work $15 an hour, no problem.
I will do it.
Yep.
I just want to work remote.
Okay.
I want to do it. Yes, I would love health insurance, but that's,
Yeah.
I want.
So right now you're not with, you don't have health insurance?
I have health insurance through the state of Washington, which is only good in the state of Washington.
Okay. Well, you fly back to get treatment, I guess.
Every now and then, yeah.
For how long? When does that end?
As soon as I get a job that makes more money than the state of Washington,
so once you get a job, so it's Medicare?
Yeah, Apple Health.
And so now we go get you a job, right?
Yeah.
And you start making some real money while you have this situation with your boyfriend.
Yes.
And now you start going, which is REAL, right? A is acquire passive income.
Yes.
Your objective right now needs to be, let's go make some more money so that I can go buy some passive income. Because imagine if you had, I fractionalize it down into if you had passive income that was just paying you $100 a month and you paid $15,000 for that, that's a 7% return, $100 a month. The next 15,000. So you have this whole squirrel brain. Let me go and put these nuts in these different places. Imagine for every time you had $15,000, you went and you went and bought cash flowing assets.
Sure.
Right. That's producing $100 a month. Boom, boom, boom. For $150,000, you're retired.
Sure.
Because you're only spending $1,000 a month. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Go get $1,000 worth of passive income, which at a 7% return, which is very easy to get. You go buy 10 of those things, you're done. This is literally just the dividends that you can get from, the S&P 500 or, dividend producing mutual funds. Mm-hmm. Those are not, they're not sexy, but who cares?
Right.
You are one good job and 2 years away from retirement. That's it. And then what you keep doing as you and your boyfriend are doing, you just keep, instead of buying things off credit for you needs to be I will never use another credit card again. The points don't matter.
Okay.
Think about how much you're paying to go get those points. Nothing. Are you getting $4,000 worth of value?
Yes.
No, you're not.
No,
not even close.
Okay.
So get rid of those, right? The points don't mean anything to you. Okay. And instead of putting those little savings things going on, the squirrel type behavior and all this kind of stuff, go and say, no, I'm going to squirrel over here.
Okay.
I'm going to go put it into something that is making me some money. It could be a CD.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know what a CD is? It's a certificate of deposit. CDs right now are like 5%. That would be better than just putting it into a savings account.
Correct.
You still have access to it. There'll be a penalty if you pull it out. A money market account. So the way I look at it, you've got this IRA, very good. You're a couple years away from being able to access it. I want to talk,
Sure.
When you turn 60, you get access to that.
Okay.
Tax-free.
Okay.
That's that Roth. You got a traditional IRA as well. I wouldn't be contributing more to it if I were you.
When I left my previous university, I just had that money pulled into that account. So that's why it kind of
you have a 403B.
Okay.
Right. Do you know what that is?
I saw it written down.
Yeah. You have a 403B, you have a Roth IRA, and you have a traditional IRA. So you've got some money when you turn. So what we need to do between now and then is you can use these things to go buy, passive income. But at the end of the day, your job is the biggest deal.
That is the biggest deal. And I am working, to say I'm looking for a job, it would be such an understatement.
Yeah.
I am diligently looking for work and happily.
Why not work for yourself? What could you do to work for yourself?
What could I do? Right?
That's the question I'm asking.
Right. What could I do? That's my question as well. Like I could, what? I don't know. I could teach classes about grants. I could offer grant consulting services, things like that. And also I need it like right now. I don't know how.
You mean grant writing?
Consulting?
Consulting?
But that is, yes, I could do something like that.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if that's,
I know.
Have you considered doing that?
I've offered, I've put myself out there. It's something that I've done in small little doses, nothing that is like taken off and been like an income, but something that I've done. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, the job is the key piece for me. I want to work. It's mind numbing to be understimulated intellectually.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
How long has this been going on for you?
Well, I just stopped my job at WSU in May.
In May.
So it's the summer. So it was just, and usually I'm off in the summer, and so I'll supplement. I'll do whatever I can in the summer. So
when you were working at WSU, how much were you making then?
30-some thousand. It's like $5,000 a class, 3 classes. I know.
I
need a job.
No, you need a mentality change.
Okay.
You are way more valuable than you think you are. So the fact that you would go and have these people talking about, $30,000 in WSU, that kind of stuff, that is not even close. Okay. So we got to get a major shift. I know you said, I'm willing to work for $15 an hour. No, the mentality needs to be, hey, I'm going to go do a job that's going to really get paid. I'm going to produce. I'm going to get this result for you. Right.
Yes.
And so no one should have applied for 500 jobs and not get one of them. Something is coming through and for the interviewer that says, ooh, are you a little, I'm just going to speak freely. Are you a little too desperate here? Are you not confident in yourself?
I wonder.
Does this not, have you had interviews?
Yes, I've had interviews. I've had second interviews. I've had a couple third interviews. I had a 4th interview with the job that I really wanted here in Denver. I was so convinced. I manifested I was going to get it. I bought a blazer. I was ready.
Yeah.
And at the last minute, I did not get it. So yes, I have had some interviews.
You've been beat up a little bit.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Early on, even now, it's taking a hit to your confidence.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what I'm saying.
Yes.
There's a conversation that you and I have been having. You're well spoken.
Thank you.
You're very intelligent. I'm looking at your numbers here. This is someone who can make reasonable, rational decisions. You talk about, I spend some frivolous things to live life.
Yeah.
The frivolous things that you're talking about is nothing. Like, you're intelligent. You've put yourself in a position. You care deeply about your kids. Good job. It's time to turn the page on that, right? Mm-hmm. So we're going to turn the page on the kids. We're going to recognize you got a lot to offer to whatever employer or not even whatever employer, whatever business that you spin up, whatever consulting thing that you do, because hey, I'm here, I can help you. I know I can do this.
Yeah.
Like, instead of approaching it from I hope I can get something, approach it from you'd be lucky to get me. So instead of shift that mentality, you are valuable. You have been created as a wonderful person. And now it's time for people to go and see that and say, I want her on my team.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
this mentality shift.
I agree.
So
100%.
one of the things that we're going to
Yes.
add is that, again, that mentality shift.
Yes, please.
Right?
Yes.
I'm going to, I like to buy real estate. We've got to get that job first.
Yes.
But the last thing, do you even run on a budget? Do you just, there's not much to budget.
Because
right?
it's very stressful.
To budget?
Just even seeing this in
Why?
writing.
Why is
I
it
don't
stressful?
know. I don't know. I guess just because money has just been a stressful topic in my life.
Explain that. Why?
I think just coming from a space of scarcity, scarcity mindset, or always, this month I'll pay the electric bill, that month I'll pay the cell phone bill, this month, and just kind of running in that space of scarcity for so long that money is very stressful. It's very, it is. It is.
You just don't think that it's going to be around?
Well, I don't think I have enough. I don't think that I have gainful employment. I don't think that I can make choices about my life. And I'm at this place, where my kids are grown.
Yeah.
My education I'm a professional. I'm ready to go to this next space. And I feel like I'm limited on the choices I can make because I don't have gainful income. That is stressful. And the idea that I'm looking forward into the last portion of my life, I'm looking literally into the last portion of my life.
Yeah.
And what does that look like?
Yeah.
And to say, I definitely don't feel prepared financially. I don't have what I ever in a million years would have thought that I wanted or would have had. Ever would I have thought I'd find myself in this space at this point in my life.
So what did you think it was going to be?
I don't know. I thought that I would grow to be have a home and children that came to visit and, the American dream and purchase a house and then a nicer house and then a nicer house, and that thing. But I've watched, I've made some choices.
Yeah.
I'm not a victim, but the housing market is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a single woman
Mm-hmm.
that this is not what I necessarily would have. If I was going to draw my life, this is not what it would have been. And financially, it's very stressful.
I see that stress.
Yeah.
You've done well with that stress. At this exact moment, you're okay.
Thank you.
You are okay at this exact moment. We do need to prepare for what's next.
Yes.
Right? Because if things, God forbid, things don't happen great, with your boyfriend, then now what? That's a big deal,
huge.
right? Now, my take, you're right. Don't marry for the financial situation. You've been with the guy for 6 years. What's the end goal there?
Right.
What's the goal? What's the goal?
I don't know what the goal is. I guess I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Well, I would figure that out.
Should I marry him? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying I don't know the guy, right?
Right.
All I'm asking is, what are you doing? You like the guy. He seems like a really good dude.
What would be
6
the
years
benefit?
to marry him?
Yeah.
Now, instead of you carrying all of this all on your own, now it's two people who are committed to each other for the rest of your life. He cares for you and you care for him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, instead of it being, I care about my kids, now it's my husband, right? It's a different relationship mentality.
Yeah.
Right? You're not getting any younger. Sorry, honey. Right? So, he seems like a really good dude.
Yeah.
You have a companion.
Yeah.
You got somebody to be together with. That speaks to your integrity to say, hey, I don't want to marry him because of finance situation.
No.
And he knows that, and you know that.
Yeah.
And he doesn't need your finances stuff anyway.
No.
Right? You say, I'd like to be able to do nice things for him. He likes you for you.
Right.
Right?
Right. That's true.
So that's something to consider.
I would like to travel in my future. I've spent my life, and I would like to be able to travel. And so I would like to, if I had a goal, I know that would be a frivolous thing to say, I would like to see the world before I die.
Yeah.
With this gentleman, of course.
You should.
But I would like to prioritize this. He doesn't necessarily prioritize travel as much as I do.
Sure.
So if I had money, I could be like, honey, we're going on this trip and we're doing it.
Yeah.
And that I think is for me something that is in the back of my mind.
And even if it's a weekend thing or if it's a 5-day thing or
I don't want to spend my whole life in the United States. I want to go see the world.
Did you go to Canada?
I bought mushrooms in Vancouver once.
Okay. Sounds good. We're going to get close to kind of wrapping up this show, but you're in a lot better position than you think you are.
Thank you.
A handful of decisions that will change.
Okay.
A lot for you.
Okay.
The biggest deal is to go get another job.
Yes.
or to start working for yourself. Earn additional income.
Yes, please.
And do whatever it takes. However, in the real estate world, we call this thing, it's called commission breath. We can tell when a realtor, and I'm not a realtor, but we can tell when a realtor or someone trying to sell me deals is desperate for the sale.
Anything.
It's called commission breath.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You may have a little commission breath.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if you walked in with the confidence of, hey, you need me in this organization, or you need to hire me. You need me more than I need you.
Yeah. So just fake it, that confidence.
But it is
because
true.
having that, being knocked down, it's very challenging to be like, I have that confidence.
But that's
still.
the past.
Okay. That's right. That's the past.
What can we do about that? Can't do anything about that.
Right. All right. You're right.
Right?
You're right.
I play golf.
Okay.
And when you hit it, when you shank a ball and it goes out of bounds, all kind of stuff, what can I do about the past? I can't do anything about that.
Right.
It's the next shot.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
You're still the person with a master's degree. You're still articulate. You're still intelligent. You still have integrity. You still have all of these amazing, great.
Thank you.
You care for other people. That's who you are. So the next shot is the next thing. There is no faking it.
Okay.
That's who you are.
Thank you. I agree. Thank you. I agree. Thank you.
Right?
Yes.
So
thank you.
Let's start living like that.
Okay.
Start talking to these people like that. So anything else that you want to mention before we get it?
No, but
before I give you a review.
This has been amazing. I appreciate this. Thank you so much.
Okay. You didn't want to talk about your present that you found?
Okay, so I'll tell you just briefly.
Okay.
So I was in an undisclosed city.
Sure.
And I was having lunch and I looked and there's a bag on the ground, on the thing. So I walk over and I pick it up and put it on the table. So in case the person who dropped it walked by, so nobody claimed it. So I went inside the store and I said, excuse me, this purse is here. Did anybody say they lost it? No. Okay. So I look at the bag and I sit there for a really long time. I open the bag and I look and there's like paper, glasses and trash and blah, 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 and papers, a lot of papers and a little tiny stash of cash. So I'm like, put that in my pocket first thing and finder's fee. Yeah. And I look and then there's like 3 or 4 debit cards and 5 or 6 credit cards and a few driver's license and a passport and birth certificates and documents of naturalization and immigration.
Wow.
And all these paperwork. And I'm like, is this like a Russian spy? Like it was a Russian older woman's name. So I'm like, what do I do? So I get on a scooter and I drive to the address that's on all this paperwork. Okay, so I go to the address and it's this building and there's a security guy. And I say, excuse me, I'm looking for such and such a name. And this guy's like, she doesn't live here anymore. What do you want? And I'm like, nothing. I want nothing. So I left and I went home and I was like, okay, I'm going to look through this thing. So I start separating it out, like here's her documents and her papers. Like I really want to get this here. And then I find, what an envelope with cash looks like from the bank?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, love those. So there's a couple of them and I'm like, okay. So I start pulling out $100 bills, and I pulled out $20,000 in $100 bills. Plus I have this pocket of cash and all these multiple driver's license in the same name, passports, Russian stuff. I'm like, is the Russian people going to come like get me any moment? I was like, on camera everywhere. You know what I mean? It's America. And so I'm like, so my son calls me. Lennon, the smart one, the financial guy. I'm like, hey, son. He's like, hey, mom, what are you doing? I was like, hey, so hypothetically, so like say you were like driving down the street and you found someone's purse and in it was, say, hypothetically like $20,000. What would you do? And he said, well, I would pay off my debt and I would put the rest in my 401k. And I was like, okay, son, thanks. He's like, why, mom, did you find $20,000? And I was like, well, so hypothetically, what if this is like somebody's life savings and they end up dying? Or like I have ruined somebody's life by not getting them this money back. What? And he's like, sucks to suck. Someone's going to die and it's not going to be us. Somebody was going to find that money and they were going to buy drugs or waste it. So just keep it. So I'm like, okay. So I was like, I'm not going to do anything for 48 hours in case the mafiosa or the police or somebody comes. And so then I got this money and I organize the purse. I put all the documents together. I might clean everything, throw the trash away, whatever. Sit on it for 48 hours. And so then I am like, okay, what am I going to do with this? Because you can't just get on an airplane with $20,000 in cash. Okay. So I decide that I'm going to, first thing I did was I spent $1,000 on each one of my kids.
Okay.
I like bought a catalytic converter or new tires or something for each one of my kids. So that's $4,000. So then I took $1,000 and I was like, the first kids that I see with skateboards, I'm going to buy them lunch.
Okay.
$50. I bought 100 cheeseburgers at $1 a piece. Gave them to homeless people. Just over tipped.
Yeah.
You know, $100 to the Uber driver, whatever. Over tipped $1,000, whatever. Then I paid off all my debt, and then I put the rest in my 401k. And I threw everything in the trash. And then in the middle of the night, I took all the documents and I drove them back to the place with the address, and I left them on the curb and left them there. Here's your documents.
There you go.
Finder's fee.
And I'm out.
That's
a
so
wild
now
story.
Now you're a co-conspirator.
That's a wild story. I don't know. I thought that was a made-up story, so I'm not a co-conspirator.
Okay, sorry. I can neither confirm nor deny anything about that story. But honestly,
that's
like that.
Funny. That's nuts.
And I'm such a filthy socialist, you know, so I'm like,
Sure.
I'll just give some of it to everybody.
Everybody got around.
Everybody got some, and, you know, I just took care of everybody a little bit. Paid off my debt, put the rest in my
That's a
account.
wild story, man. That's a wild story. Okay, well, hey, I'm going to give you a wealth
yes,
review.
Yes, thank you.
And then going to give you a success plan.
Okay, thank you.
And so, reduce your monthly expenses. The only thing that you can do on that is pay off your debt.
Yes.
So that's getting done today. You know, we rank them out of 10. Frankly, the way you've been living and the way you've constructed your whole life, right now, from an expense perspective, is one of the best that I've seen. So I'm going to give you a 9 out of 10 on that one, actually. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
On the E, which is enlarge your active income, we got to get a job.
Yes, please.
You can't go and live off of $15,000 a year.
No.
Right? You can't go and make basically $1,800 a month on this stuff.
No.
So we got to get that higher, but it's not, you're not unemployed. Are you, have you applied for unemployment?
That's where I've used up my unemployment through the summers and stuff. So no, I do not get unemployment. No.
So from an enlarge your active income, I'm going to kind of give you a 3 out of 10 on that.
You're very generous.
Okay. Only because you are making some money. There is something coming in. You're not completely broke.
Thank
right?
goodness.
Acquire passive income. You have no passive income. Right?
No.
There's a 0 out of 10.
That's okay.
The question really comes into is, do you think that acquiring passive income is going to work for you? And I think that you said you'd like to be getting
I think that
if
I mean, what we're talking about in this, like it's not an unrealistic thing if I could make that happen. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, I'm totally interested in learning how to make that happen.
Yeah. On the acquire passive income, you have 0. You don't have anything going on that round. I've got to give you a 1 out of 10.
Thank you.
L is live on passive income. There's 2 L's actually. One is live on passive income, and the last one is leave a legacy. But the L of live on passive income is right there. Okay. You really have no idea how close you are to being able to just live on your passive income.
I want that.
Like, you're probably 1.5 to 2 years away if you follow the plan that I'm about to give you. Okay. So I'm going to give you a 5 out of 10 because you're so close to being able to live on that. Okay. The last one is to leave a legacy. And from my perspective, I'm going to give you a 10 out of 10 on that. You did a good job as mom. You've got 4 kids that are on their own, living their lives, doing really great things, and
they're great.
You've done a good job there. So if I add all this stuff up, it comes to, you get a 29 out of 50.
Oh.
So we got some work to do, but mainly in that active income.
Yes.
Right? So here's your success plan. Step 1, pay off your credit card debt.
Yes.
Okay. Step 2, you got to get a job.
Yeah.
And when you go get that job, just change that mentality to recognize who you are right now. Not all the failures that you've had, the getting kicked in the down the line, all that kind of stuff. You got to forget all that stuff. The 500 applications that you've had that then people have told you no. The interviews where you've gone 3rd and 4th interviews. None of those things matter. It's the next shot. Take that next shot with confidence, knowing that person who either works with you or hires you is getting a person who is intelligent, well-spoken, with integrity, that tries to do the right thing, and that you'll be a valuable addition to their company.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Number 3, kind of goes along this. I mentioned that's that mentality shift.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got to shift that mentality. Anytime that you start talking about that scarcity mentality that you've got,
Yeah.
you've got to tell yourself that's a lie.
Right.
That's not true. That's a lie. Right.
Yeah.
And then number 4, we're going to make a decision. No, you don't have to make a decision now, but understand your relationship. Get a good idea about what this relationship with what's his name again?
John.
With John.
Yeah.
Right. Like get clarity on that relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. Clarity on relationship. Where are we headed? Right.
Yeah.
And then number 5 is start stowing, like acquire micro passive income.
Yes.
And we're going to start with
acquiring. Is that something I can do on my own? Or
yes.
Is that okay?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
We're going to start with dividend producing stock.
Okay.
Dividend producing mutual funds. Okay. Now I can give you advice. We can do that
another time. Yeah.
Another time, because things always change and we've got this is going to be more evergreen. But the idea is go find a dividend producing. That's great. For me, I like to buy real estate. But your mentality has always been, let me go take a little bit of here and go put it there. That's the beautiful thing about the stock market. Now, I'm not a huge stock fan, right? But it's a beautiful thing for you to go and say, I'm going to go put stocks, not just in the S&P,
right,
which is like the 500 best companies in the country. It's to go ask a financial advisor, what are the best dividend producing stocks that I can go and buy? Coca-Cola is one of those. There's several.
Okay.
And then start going and say, I'm going to go, when I get an extra, instead of extra $100, I'm going to put in a savings account for my kids. Your kids don't need it anymore. Take that $100 and go put it into that dividend producing stock.
Write that down. Yes, please.
I will. Yeah, we'll send you all this stuff.
That's good.
That way, hey, I buy a little bit and I buy a little bit and I buy a little bit. And then what's going to happen is every quarter they give you a dividend.
Because that's how my brain works, where I'd be like,
correct.
Like I'll fill my Amazon shopping cart and be like, instead of spending that $100, I'll just take that money and put it here instead.
Correct.
And then delete the shopping cart.
Yep. That's right.
Okay.
Something that goes and says, let's take a little bit of money and go put it there. Now, eventually, let me explain what you should do. This is we're gonna shift your squirrel mentality from the savings to dividend,
I like that.
cash flowing assets.
Yes.
Okay, because then eventually, what I tell people is, as that gets built up, now you can go and say, because the returns that you get on those things are like 4 and 5%.
Yeah.
Now, once you start getting into a higher balance, where you're saying, hey, I've got $100,000, I've got $150,000, I've got $200,000. Now you can go and say, let me go buy real estate, or let me go buy notes. I like notes. This is where I become the bank, right? And people are paying me interest, principal and interest.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but we got to start small. And the biggest deals are debt, job, change your mentality.
Yes.
Get clarity on your relationship so that that's not a stressful situation where you're like, hey, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
And then the last thing is start doing micro investing in dividend producing stock, which is a cash flowing asset.
Okay. That sounds amazing.
What do you think about that?
You make it sound so simple. Thank you. Where have you been all my life?
Great. Well, thanks for coming on. I'm
amazing.
super encouraged. Great stories, great vibe, great personality. You've done a really great job.
Thank you.
Stop beating yourself up.
Thank you.
You know, one thing that we talk about is like, hey, that person in the mirror should be an advocate, not an enemy.
I know.
Right?
I know.
The negative talk, the down talk. You got enough people who have their own opinions about you. You got to have a greater opinion of yourself, right? Mm-hmm. So
thank you.
That is the real wealth formula.
Thank you so much. Very valuable. So interesting. Thank you so much.
Cool.
I appreciate it.
If something we said hit home for you, drop it in the comments. I read every single one.
Thanks for tuning in to The Real Wealth Formula, hosted by Brad Hovis. If this episode helped you see money and purpose a little differently, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Share with someone who's ready to build real wealth, and keep building the life, purpose, and freedom you were made for. Until next time, keep your goals clear and your wealth real.